Hey everybody, Denise of Lazy K Mountain Homestead. I'm so glad you're here to join me with this delicious dessert that I'm going to make. We are having our 4th of July shindig the week before 4th of July, so everybody can be here. Will's being a truck driver, he doesn't always have off the holidays, so we're doing it this weekend. So we're all bringing some goodies. And I wanted to make this ice cream casserole. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before. I have made this a long time ago, and I thought, why don't I make that? It's something easy and it's quick, and it doesn't really take a long time overnight in the freezer. Okay, so what I did was I have a 9x13, and this is my only metal 9x13 I have, and as you can see, this is an old pan, but it's the only one I wanted to put in the freezer. I didn't want to put glass in there. And I lined it with foil. If you don't want to line it with foil, that's up to you, but I wanted to. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a cookie base, and you're going to have ice cream and whipped cream and toppings, and then you're going to freeze it solid, and then when you go to take it out, you're just going to cut it in squares and serve it like that. So it's a casserole. So I chose Oreos, and I went ahead and I crumbled these up really fine in my food processor, and I did do the whole Oreos so they have the cream in there, and the reason being is it gives it that stickiness that you want, so they'll stick together, kind of like if you've ever made a cheesecake and you put a little bit of butter in there so it will stick together. And we're just going to pat these out all the way on the bottom, covering all the little foil bits so you don't see any of that. And just the bottom. You don't need to go up the sides or anything. Okay. All right. Now, we want our ice cream to be really thawed out, because if you try to put hard ice cream on this, it's going to make a mess. Okay, so I have my Mayfield ice cream here, and I've had it thawing out on the counter for several hours. I don't know if it's going to be soupy or not. Let me grab here we go. I knew I had a tea towel somewhere. Let me put this up here because I feel like I have to bend. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right. And I always used vanilla, but you can use whatever flavor you want. This is kind of like up to you. Be creative. Do your thing. And yeah, it is pretty soupy, as you can see. And that's what we want. And hold on, let me get a bowl. I got a bowl because I'm going to go ahead and pour all of this ice cream into that bowl and mix it around, because it is really thawed out here. Now, if you don't use all this ice cream, you can always put it back in here and freeze it for later, which I may do. We'll see how much this takes. You want to, kind of chop it down so you can pour this around on top of your cookie. Now, if you wanted to freeze your cookie base first, you could do that too. I'm not doing that. Hopefully I don't regret it. Okay. I'm just getting this mixed. It looks like I'll probably use this whole thing of ice cream. And that was whatever they are now. No, they're not a true half gallon anymore. And you want to make sure it's pourable. Or dippable. I may get a ladle. I'm just trying to kind of mix it up. Let me get a ladle and a whisk. That might help a little bit. Yeah, I think that would work better than a spoon. And we're going to put all kinds of little mini candies on here. I was going to say cookies, but I chose mini M&Ms and mini Reese's cups. I've got a Hershey syrup, and I've also got some of that caramel that I made last year that I'm going to pour over this too. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let me just make sure. And you can see it's really thawed out, and that's what you want. Okay, so we just poured that out. Get all of it in there. Once this goes back in the deep freeze, it is going to just freeze to such a nice dessert. And I think it's just perfect for the 4th of July because ice cream and the 4th of July goes together. Ice cream in summertime goes together. Now, as you're just kind of pushing this to the side, you want to make sure that you don't bring up those cookies because you don't want the cookies, that cookie base disturbed. And if you don't want to use Oreos, you can use blonde cookies. You can use whatever you want. So, like I said, this is kind of your creative thing. Okay, I've got it nice and level, and that's what you want. You want it all to be pretty well evenly distributed all the way through here and flat. Okay. So, our next step is going to be a tub of Cool Whip. And I should have took this off before, but I didn't. There we go. My arthritis is getting the best of my hands today, I'll tell you what. There we go. This in dollops. Thought I cut my hand there for a minute. Okay. I've got 2 just in case I might need that or some of that second one. Doesn't that look good? Alright, and we're just going to kind of, I think I'm going to go ahead and open that other one because it is not enough of the whipped cream. These are definitely made so no one can get in there. That's a good thing. Let me turn down my potatoes and eggs. I'm making potato salad too, but I'm not making a video for that. That's just something I usually make for 4th of July or get-togethers. Wow, can you imagine? That is some really tough plastic. I didn't think I was going to get in there. All right. Whoops. I've got a mess. All right, let's get some more of this. Now, probably 1 great big tub would do, but I'm using 2. I thought I would have to use 2. Okay. Now, remember your ice cream is really soupy on the bottom, so you want to do this gently. So you're not mixing it all together. You want layers. And that looks good to me. Get that corner over there. Looks like it's lacking. And my fingers are clean, so I know sometimes we worry about that. Let's get that over there. And again, just spread it out as evenly as you possibly can. There you go. Since I've got both of these open, I'm just going to go ahead and put all of it in here. Okay, that is that. Okay. Now the fun part, your choice of whatever candies you want. And I've got minis. I just like minis for stuff like this. Got mini Reese's and mini M&Ms. There's all kind of minis everywhere. So, and again, my arthritis is really taking a toll on my hands today, so I do apologize. It's not fun. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle all of these M&Ms all over. May not all of them, but majority. Okay. Doesn't that look pretty? Okay. I love M&Ms and they love me. All right. Now, we've got these, the Reese's. You want to make sure you've got, you know, room for these on here too, because everybody in our family loves Reese cups, and these little minis are something that we do a lot of use for a lot of our cakes and candies and stuff. Everybody always wants a Reese cake or ice cream. But look how neat that, isn't that pretty? I just love it. You can never have too many Reese cups in our family. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to use. And now, you take your Hershey's syrup and just kind of go on here like this. Isn't that neat? Doesn't that look good? Okay, let me go ahead and warm up my caramel that I made, and I'll be right back. Okay, I do have a video on how I made this caramel. It's so easy. It's made with pet milk or sweetened condensed milk. So look for that video if you want to. But what I did was I went ahead and I just put what I wanted in a microwave safe pouring dish, measuring cup, whatever. At least it's got a lip on it. And with this, because it is thick, I heat it up first for about 45 seconds, and then you can either use milk, half and half, heavy cream, but I used my French vanilla creamer because I like that extra vanilla flavor. I just think it's really good. Okay, so what we're going to do here, same thing we did with the chocolate. We're just kind of going to go over here and just make a steady stream of this. Oh, doesn't that look good? Okay, guys, guess what? That's it. Now we're going to go put it in the freezer. Make sure that you put it in overnight because it needs to be solid. And tomorrow when everybody comes, I will serve this and I'll let you know how it went over and how easy it is to take out of this 9x13. See you tomorrow. Okay, so Wills, can we cut it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody else wants none right now.
Well, I think the boys are. That's why they're standing here. Yeah, that's why they're standing there. And we're finishing the video to show what this ice cream casserole is like. Let me get some plates. Hold on. Okay, Willis is cutting it, so hopefully we'll get it out in one piece. We've had a rain. We got running from our picnic outside for the 4th of July with rain. This is the ice cream casserole, guys.
Cream casserole.
Wow, it's even coming down more, the rain.
That's why I said when it rains, we can play games.
That's right. That's right. I know it. We don't want you to be bored. Okay. You can see everybody can't wait. Everybody's got their fingers in it, so you know it's going to be good. Right, guys?
Yep.
This is going to be the end of the video. So, Pop King.
Let's see if I can get it. No,
Yeah.
no. That little kid, baby was a bit.
We have babies here. Let's see here. Ooh. Oh yeah, it'll come out. See, luckily I put foil in there. There you go. There it is. All right, there it is. Okay, let me see. Let me take a picture. That is what it looks like. Okay, whose is that one? Cooper? Is that Clayton's? All right.
No, I want more M&Ms.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
More M&Ms?
I want more M&Ms.
I got M&Ms we can put on there. It's got an Oreo crust.
On the bottom?
Uh-huh, and it's vanilla, and then whipped cream, and then coconut, not coconut, caramel, chocolate, M&Ms, and Reese's.
Okay, get a plate.
There you go. Let's see Cooper eating it. Is it good, Cooper? Give me your testimony. Yay? All right.
I'm gonna go.
Thanks for watching. Bye.